Okay, so here we go. Thank you, Sari, for the, I don't know how far down my camera is. Thank you, Sari, for the little sort of hint about tutorial for child's pose. So the big conundrum when you're in child's pose, do you try to put your hips towards your heels and then your head comes up, or do you put your head down and have your hips come up, right? It's that whole like hips down, head up, or head down, hips up. So the first thing you want to do is, that's always helpful, especially for those of us that are full figured, we want to take the knees a little bit apart so that the belly has some place to be, and that will allow us to come down a little bit lower too. If your knees are right together, it's all the more sort of space that's going to be there. The head might not come down, the heels are going to come up. So the first thing you want to do is take the knees wide enough that your belly has space in between. And that's also really nice because then you can breathe easily and you're not feeling constricted that way. So the second part is the big toes are pointing towards each other in the back. You can put a blanket under the knees if you want to. And then what you can do is, so ideally what you want to do is try to move the hips towards your heels instead of letting the hips be up, moving them in that direction, but not being super attached to it being on the heels, because that part doesn't matter. It's just moving in that direction. So here's a couple of things that you can do. You can put a blanket fold or a block under your forehead. So you've got your knees a little bit apart. You can slide the block underneath your forehead. And that might be too high. You could do a foam chip block that's half as high, or a blanket fold if you want to. And then here's the little trick. Okay, so you want that just under your forehead so your nose can breathe. Then take your hands wider than your mat and bring your hands up onto fingertips. So your hands are tented. Your elbow, inner elbow, is pointing towards the front. So the elbows are lifted and a little bit straight. And what that will do is it will bring the shoulder blades onto your back, right? So the shoulder blades are moving onto the back instead of being scrunched up by the shoulders. And you can actually use your fingertips to press into the floor to weight your hips more towards your heels. So I'm pressing my fingertips into the floor. Inner elbow, inner part of the elbow is pointing forward. So there's external rotation in the shoulder. Shoulders coming onto the back and pressing the fingertips into the floor. The hips move towards the heels a little bit more. And that is going to give you, it's a bit of an action. So we're not just relaxing into it here. It's a bit more active. And it gives you that action that you're looking for to actively move your hips towards your heels. So that is what I recommend. Let me know if you have any questions. And if anybody else is watching this video and you have questions about child's pose or any other pose, let me know.